What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 179, right, of the HHH Racing Podcast. You see me, your host, Pete Visco, and you see that beautiful face next to me, our normal host, Howard Kravitz. Look at that smile. Isn't that lovely?
What's up, Pete?
Guy, what's going on, Howard? How's it going?
I'm in honor of Paul, who's not here tonight. I'm the Jewish guy wearing the Catholic boy shirt. But I do have also the Claiborne hat where Catholic boy is standing. So might be a little confusing
covering
for
everything.
People, but
hey, we pray
when
we need a win. We pray to everybody, don't we? It doesn't matter which religion it is. We'll take it.
No, it doesn't.
So today, for everyone, we have sort of a special and very exciting episode. We're going to go a little bit different today. We're going to do our normal recap. We're going to hit some Breeders' Cup winning you're in and prep races first, but then at the bottom of the hour, we're actually going to have the first ever HHH Racing Podcast Trivia Night. We're going to have a couple of our viewers on, and they're going to answer some hopefully not too difficult trivia questions that were chosen by Howard that I haven't seen, so I have no idea if they're hard or not, or if even I could answer them. And the winner is going to get, I assume what we said is the prize, Howard, the $50 gift certificate to Old Smoke Clothing. Depending
Correct.
upon who. Yep. And that, so this is going to be different. It's going to be a little special. Hopefully everyone enjoys it, and then we can do this going forward, and it'll be a great way to get our listeners and viewers involved in the show as well.
Do you remind everyone, Pete, where to find us and all the particulars?
Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't know if you have on the bottom. So quickly, if you're watching on YouTube, obviously, like always, please subscribe, bang that like button, and hit the notification so you know when our shows are coming up. Because, again, we do have, outside of our Tuesday, Thursday regulars, like this Saturday coming up, we have a live viewing show for Pennsylvania Derby Day. So you're going to want to pay attention to that and know it's coming. If you listen to the audio podcast on Spotify, Apple, Anchor, please listen, subscribe now, rate, review, do all the normal stuff you would do. Again, our not so new website anymore, hhhracingpodcast.com. Great information about the show, about the race day blog, about just us in general, example podcasts, everything. And then we also have the kind of on fire still a little bit, HHH Racing Podcast Race Day blog tip sheet. We're going to have to come up with maybe a shorter name for that. Howard, did you calculate the most updated ROI on that?
It was, I think it's 253, I believe. I'll have to look at it.
That's all right.
It's still about 250.
It's still excellent. So you can figure out how to subscribe through that below the video player, or if you're on the website, there's easy links to find it through Patreon. So please do that as well. And then below, email hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. And then Howard, as you could see in his little name tag there, at hkravitz, Kravets. That's the Twitter handle for Howard and for the show itself. So, please always feel free to hit us up on Twitter as well.
You want to promote what's happening Thursday? We got big show Thursday.
Yes.
Saturday too.
Yeah, Thursday. And actually, I didn't know who was coming on. I'm reading it as we speak. So Thursday, 8 o'clock, I assume. I didn't see the time pass me. So our normal Thursday, 8 o'clock, Pennsylvania Derby Day. It's a fantastic late pick 5. There's 4 graded stakes races and big, deep fields, which is going to be awesome. And we have 2, I'm vamping because I'm waiting for their names to come up because I missed them the first time. But we have 2 guests. I don't know, Howard, did you want to give a quick on who our guests are going to be?
Yeah, so Philly Joe Metka is a great contest player, a veteran handicapper from Philadelphia, obviously. And Philly boy Andrew Dinsky is very excellent handicapper, a young man who covers parks exclusively for the In the Money Race Day blog. So we got 2 local Philly guys, Pete, who know parks like a glove, who are excellent handicappers. One old guy like us and a younger pup like Kyle. So it's going to be a great show. And then Saturday, if I may tout, we're going to be live, everyone. These very popular live shows. We really enjoy doing it. Not sure who's going to be on with me yet, but Saturday, 4 o'clock. Eastern. Actually, I think it's 5 o'clock Eastern. Sorry, 5 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be covering live right here on the HHH Racing Podcast the $1 million cotillion for 3-year-old fillies, followed up by the $1 million Penn Derby. Pete, the PPs are already out Wow.
Yeah,
What
I
a card
started
this is
looking
gonna be.
today. Yeah, it's an awesome card. It's going to be a fun
Absolutely.
one to bang out on Thursday. Well, real quick, why don't we bring in our third? So no Paul, as Howard mentioned, but we have coming in Kyle 100% Roscoe. What's up, my man? How's it going?
God damn it, man. How's it going, guys? Glad to be here.
Hey
It's always
guys,
good
real
to
quick,
have you.
Les, we see you in the background. Les, if you can give us a thumbs up if you can hear me, that'd be great. Okay,
Beautiful.
and Les, we're not going to bring you on, obviously. Les, and we have another gentleman coming on later. Les, it looks like there's a lot of lighting on your screen. We'll work it out when you come on at about 7:30 or 8:30. But just
8:30.
let you know, everything looks fine for you, other than the fact it looks like there's possibly too much lighting, Les. But we'll adjust. We'll adjust when you come on. No worries, sir. Right now.
He's got the heavenly
He's got the
light
heavenly. Yeah,
shining
he's
upon
coming.
him. Yes, we're going
Dean's
all
got to
religious
face
today.
an
Yeah,
angel apparently
yeah.
in the trivia. It's gonna be difficult. Anyway, go ahead, Pete. We're
By
all
the
good.
way, real quick, Penn State Scott, thanks, man. I appreciate the bandwagon offer, but I'm gonna stick with Mickey Joseph for another week. I know it was a rough one last week, and with Oklahoma coming to town, but I'm gonna ride it out. But good win for Penn State, crushing Auburn like that. That was awesome. All right, well, let's get into it. So let's try and do this quick. We'll bang out a few races we have on tap. First, we're going to go to Woodbine. Woodbine had 3 big Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in races. The first one we're going to hit is the Summer Stakes. It was the 7th, and this was a Breeders' Cup juvenile turf win-in-your-in, won by Charles Appleby's Mysterious Night in super impressive fashion. What do you have? There you go. I was waiting for that to come up. So if you watch the race, Howard, I don't know if you want to give. I'll go to you first on this one. What were your thoughts on Mysterious Night? I mean, he just dominated this field. He got a perfect ride by William Buick, and he sort of just outclassed this bunch. And you see, he got an 85 buyer. What were your initial thoughts?
Well, first, if I may tout myself, because it hasn't happened as much as I'd like, I was the only one that hit the pick 5 with the caveman this week. Paid what, 160 something, I believe. But anyway, I liked Mysterious Night. I thought he was going to be. I didn't think he had to win, but I thought it was going to be tough. You see him around the inside. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, Pete, because there really isn't too much to show.
There's not too much.
The Chad Brown number 3 appraise, I didn't like at all. I guess he ran okay. He finished second in this race, but really was no threat. Now, Mysterious Night got an 85. He didn't exactly blow me away from the buyer standpoint, but I mean, he got the dream trip of a century, Pete and Kyle.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't have gotten a better ride and a better trip. And yeah, he explodes in the lane. He's a nice horse. Let me just bring it forward because we're going to be moving along here. Not that forward. Sorry. I mean, he tips out here. He blows by 94 Expos who had no chance really. And he got the dream trip. I like the fact he's got a nice big stride. He did it professionally. There's really not much to say, guys.
No.
I think the real question that you have to ask yourself is he that good, or is the field he faced sort of mediocre? I'm going to go sort of 50-50, but he's on the wrong lead there. It's a little bit of a concern. He's a nice horse. Is he like all of a sudden like my Breeders' Cup turf juvenile favorite? That would be a big exaggeration depending on the field, in my opinion, guys.
Kyle, what about you? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Howard in that sense. It's all, it's always about the field in these turf races and with the Breeders' Cups. It always depends on who's coming over, who's going, who's not. It's all going to be dependent on the field. And realistically, it's Appleby. It's going to be Buick. It's going to be, are you willing to, do you think that horse is good enough to bet at a short price? And that's the thing that you have to talk about when it comes to Breeders' Cup Day. Is that talent good enough that you saw worthy of that price?
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest question because and we don't know. I didn't read anything about whether they plan on running him again before the Breeders' Cup. But even if he doesn't, and he just comes in off this line, and it's Appleby and Buick, then that's funny. Then
Don, is it even an option between us and the Bachelorette? I mean, come on now. I'm sure there's some cute girls on there, but
I mean, it doesn't get any. They can't look any better than this trio.
Well,
I mean,
for sure.
Depends on what you like, I guess. But nothing's holding a candle. But yeah, I mean, I assume Mysterious Night's going to come in as the favorite just because it's Appleby, because it's Buick, because of this sort of dominant performance. But again, the Breeders' Cup juvenile races in general are a little hard to figure right now. It's a little too early. We don't know what the field's going to look like. Howard, were you going to say something? It looked
Yeah.
like you had
So to answer Charles B's question, and Don, thanks for joining the show. Penn Tate Scott, Matthew Chimura, all of our regular guys are here. Please comment in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to have a very active discussion tonight. That's why we have live shows, is to get you folks involved. So please comment in the live chat. We'll bring up your thoughts. Charles B, they went back to Europe. It's really, you know what, guys, going from, Europe, at least London, the UK, to, at least the East Coast is basically not that much farther than going from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States. I mean, it's really not that much a difference. So,
I don't
they
think
went
it
back
is
home
much
and they're going to
anymore.
come back for the Breeders' Cup.
The only other horse I'll mention, because I know Howard and I both liked him, was Sammy Stone. And again, I think he was probably over his head in this race, but he did. I don't know if you want to show it, but yeah, and we'll see here.
I thought he had some run, Pete. At first, I thought he didn't.
He wasn't winning the race, obviously, but he would.
Well, I think he could have gotten second, though.
He's on the rail, and then
coming.
Just inexplicably just hits the rail.
What in the world? That's because he knew that we bet him, Pete. That's
I mean, he's like, wait a minute, I can't get in the money here. I know Howard and Pete have money on me. Let me get out of here. And plus, my dad,
he was coming a little bit.
My dad definitely had it because he bets all Sam horses. So that's definitely the jinx of all jinxes.
Ridiculous, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at this horse where he shows up next, especially if it's in a little bit lower level company, trying to break his maiden. I think he's a maiden, if I remember correctly. Still,
yes, he is.
So I would look for him, and I think he might, that could be just a dirtied up form. But I mean, people will see that. But, coming back, if he does drop a bit, I would keep an eye on him, especially if he's stretched out again.
Yeah.
But that was it. Unless Kyle, do you have anybody else in this race? You just move on to the next one.
I mean, the only other one that was bet really far down was the 6. And I mean, I wouldn't say he had pretty much any excuses. I just think he's just not up to the caliber of Mysterious Night. Yeah. But again, same type of thing with Sammy Stone. If he comes back in a little bit lesser company, that could be one to look for.
Yeah,
as well.
you got to keep an eye out. Yeah, you have to just know. I mean, I wouldn't bet these horses back if they somehow showed up in the Breeders' Cup by any means, but I would definitely bet them in a lower level race.
Appraise needs to go back to sprinting. I'm going to respectfully disagree with the opinion of Drew Coatney. I do not think this is a horse that wants distance. I think Chad should turn him back to sprinting. I'd be shocked if he goes long again, to be honest with you.
I mean, he's run enough. The note that I had was he's sort of run enough now. You just sort of know he's like a mid-70s buyer at this point, and that's not going to get you up a next level. It's probably just going to stay where you are, and we'll see what comes of that. All right, next, we're going to go to another, what a surprise, another Appleby dominant performance. We're going to go to the 9th, the Woodbine Mile, Breeders' Cup Mile, winning you're in. Kyle, we're going to start with you on this one. Modern Games, 112 buyer, the highest buyer on the turf this year by any turf horse. Sorry if you were going to say that. What else can we say about his performance? Go ahead, Kyle.
I mean, it's a William Buick show out here. I mean, granted, just another great trip, but again, it's just good horses make good trips, and this is a class on what is a good ride and what is a good trip. I mean, it's just the ride that William Buick gives these horses is it's so unbelievably good, in my opinion. Just so honest. I mean, it comes to the top of stretch, you'll see it. He just tips them out 5 wide and brings them home. But I mean, like you said, 112 buyers. What I was going to touch on is the fastest on the turf by any horse.
Yes, year. I meant to say that. Yep.
No, you're fine. But I mean, what else can you say? I mean, it's just an absolute scintillating performance and explodes at the end. It's really the class of the class right now.
And the one thing is, too, this was his first time facing older horses, if I recall correctly. So that's a big jump up usually. And this wasn't a bad field. I mean, it was it wasn't a great field. It wasn't like who he'd face in the Breeders' Cup, but I think it was a solid enough field to be a first test against olders. And then off this performance, and then Howard, I'll go to you next. Off this performance on Odds Checker, he's the favorite in the Breeders' Cup Mile at 2-1, which actually might seem like a bargain at this point. What do you think, Howard?
By the way, how many people right here said the race is over? I did.
Oh,
right there. No. Well, at first I was worried about an inquiry a little bit, but right here, I'm like, it's over. Once he tips out, and it's hard to see with the pole there. Once he tips out into the clear, like I'll say it for myself, it's not being any genius opinion, but I said it's over. I mean, when these horses tip out with their kind of acceleration, like right here, there's no way he's a loser. Like he's going to blow by. There's not much to add, Pete. He was awesome.
Yeah, no.
I mean, look at this stride. I mean, just look. I mean, the way these Euros reach out and the way they quicken, it's just ridiculous. I mean, Alvar is not a bum. Now, Ivar
No.
didn't break great, but I mean, they could run around 5 more times, and there's
Yeah, he's
absolutely
not
no
getting
way
stuff.
that Ivar is going to get there. And I would say right now, guys, Ivar is probably, I would say, along with him, and I guess you can argue maybe the Mare Regal Glory, I suppose. Those are the 2 best American milers we have. They're not going to sniff this horse.
I mean,
And that's
honestly,
not even the only Euro that's coming. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at
it's
the
insane.
odds right now, and the highest American horse is Santine at 14, and that's the 3, 6, 9, 12. He's like the 15th choice right now. Ivar is sitting at 25, Regal Glory 16. So yeah, this isn't exactly the strongest American miler crop, U.S. miler crop. So I think we're not really firing too many bullets in this one, but Modern Games is going to be pretty tough. And then the second choice is Baid, who's the best miler in the world, second best or first best horse in the world, but he's probably not coming over, which is why he's the second choice at 6-1. So
by the way, the last race, Pete, was against Older, just to let you know.
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
Everyone can tell there by the insignia, just in case you're not familiar.
Oh, yes. So it was just, it was maybe his first in the U.S. again. I don't know, but second against Olders, even that's enough, and he still was super dominant. The last point is what Kyle said was the perfect ride by Buick to know, hey, I just need to get this horse in the clear and not screw around and get him in any traffic troubles, and because there was a lot of horses across the track there, so if he stayed behind them, there could have been some trouble, but he just said, screw it, I'm going straight to the middle and just mowing him down.
Yep.
I will say, I mean, if you want to let's say a few things. First of all, he's not the only Euro coming over in this race. We don't know yet in the Breeders' Cup, but there's some other, what is it, In Spiral? You have the names there. In Spiral's a nice horse. There's a nice Japanese horse. What's the Japanese horse? It's a filly. That's In Spiral, I think.
Which one? Oh, In Spiral's the Japanese horse, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some nice horses coming over. The other thing is, I'm sure Mind Games can handle Keeneland's turf. Keeneland's turf can be a little weird. We've all seen that, like it's that bluegrass or whatever. It's not every horse handles that Keeneland turf, and obviously the turns are a lot sharper. Now, Modern Games handled Del Mar just fine, but I said it on the show, and again, it's not the most clever opinion, but I did feel strongly last Thursday that this long run into the wire was like typical, perfect for these Euros, and so I think everything worked. I guess what I'm saying is I don't know if Modern Games can run faster. I suppose he can. He's only 3. Expect him to run better than a 112 in the Breeders' Cup. I don't think that's going to happen, but does he have to do that to win? I mean, a 106, 107 will probably get the job done, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has to run this well. I mean, he probably has to run well, but not. Yeah, I mean, 112, especially because we don't know who's coming. He could be the best.
That's what Dean is just asking about, right?
Yeah. Good question, Dean.
I mean, he could get a wide. Listen, a lot of things could happen. I don't. What is he, 7-5 in the right now, Pete? Is that
no, he's only 2-1, but that's. I think
okay.
that's a question of, hey, he's got to be 2. Well, I think you're right. The Keeneland, there could be a little cut in the ground in Keeneland in the. You're talking November, so it's not going to be the firm of Del Mar. It's not going to be maybe the setup in Woodbine that he would like. So
that's all I'm saying.
I don't know if I don't think he's a slam dunk, but he's definitely a worthy favorite at this point based on what he's done.
Yep.
All right, let's move to the next one. Move to the 10th, the Natalma. This one's a Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies turf winning you're in. And this was won by Last Call, 79 buyer. Howard's bringing up the chart.
Hey, Pete, I don't want to short shrift. We've got about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At the most 15. I don't know if we just want to go to the Churchill races, or I'm not sure. We can just maybe talk about the 2-2-year-old race. I don't think we have time. I mean, the 2-2-year-old races. The other 2-year-old race that the 4 won. There's no good Breeders' Cup horse coming out of there.
No, I don't think.
I don't think there's much. I think we should skip ahead, Pete.
Okay, that's fine. Actually, I was going to just hit real quick at Aqueduct in the 10th, just to mention it. Another Appleby came over. Nation's Pride won. 96 buyer, probably heading to the Breeders' Cup turf. Right now, he's the 7-1 co-third choice. He looked super impressive as well. But it was a pretty weak field And, I think he was the best horse in the race by far. I mean, Classic Causeway and Hibbett split the last two, but the first one was probably more of a bad ride than anything that Nation's Pride did. So here, another one, Dettori just had this one in perfect position, ran down Classic Causeway, and that was pretty much the end of it. Kyle, you have any thoughts on this one? I don't know if you.
I mean, it's just another classic Euro trip, right? I mean, he tucks in at the rail right behind the speed, comes up to the top of the stretch, tips out, and wins by 5 or 6. I mean, there's really nothing to say about it. That I agree with everyone else. That's kind of a weak field. It's just he does it well, and you can only beat who's in front of you. So
Yeah.
But like I said, did it well, did it perfect.
And I guess for him, it's going to be, hey, he's going to be one of the, he's going to be one of the choices. I mean, he's an Appleby. The Applebys are all going to take money, so he's going to be one of the choices. Howard, any quick thoughts on that one?
He might not be going to the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yep.
They weren't planning on sending him the Breeders' Cup, guys, after this race. That wasn't the plan. But he ran so well that they're going to reconsider.
Yeah.
I think he's over his head. This is like the Mysterious Knight 2.0. A nice Euro, nothing fantastic, that beat a bunch of average horses for the level. I mean, I'd love to own any of those horses, but for the level, I wouldn't get. I put out on Twitter, is this Yabir 2.0? Because Yabir did the same thing, right? Won some of these races in New York as a 3-year-old, and then won the damn Breeders' Cup. I don't think this is Yabir. I don't think he's that talented. I would be surprised if he actually comes to the Breeders' Cup, guys. To be honest, I'd be against him in the Breeders' Cup turf.
Yep. Agreed.
And here's from Matt. They were looking at a 4-year-old campaign for Nation's
that's what Albie said. They want to win the Sword Dancer. They want to do what Yabir did this year, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And
I mean, but if
I
he
hear
comes,
a trainer have,
sorry, go ahead, Howard.
No, so when I hear a trainer have some hesitation, I'm always against it. Remember Tarnal last year? They weren't going to go, and they ended up going, and she was awful. Like when trainers, especially in Europe, are hesitant about coming over.
Yeah.
Big negative for me. They're not like playing games and like trying to get a price or anything. That's always a big negative. Yeah. We got plenty of time to talk about that.
All right, let's jump quickly to the 2-year-old races at Churchill Downs from Saturday. So we have the 9th, the Iroquois, which is
Junebug. That's a new. I think he or she is new. Hello, Junebug.
Oh, hey, Junebug.
Thanks for joining the show. We got to recognize the new people. And we got Lon's here again. I think he was here last week. I think. What's up, Lon? Thanks for joining the show. Go ahead, P. We got to give some love shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we had.
Go ahead.
This is the first Kentucky Derby prep race for points. So that's something to care about. And we had Curly Jack, a 78 buyer, wins this race. Again, I'm not sure for Breeders' Cup purposes that I don't know if a 78 is going to cut it, especially against some of the Bafferts that we have out there. I think the bigger story, and Howard, I'll let you touch on this one quick first. The bigger story was probably the fall of 2 favorites who probably would have been leading choices for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile in Echo Again and Damon's Mound. So you want to give a quick thought on their performance first?
Yeah, first I heard today, I don't know if you guys heard this. I think it was on yesterday on Steve Vick show. Damon's Mound is right here. I guess Michelle Lovell was saying the intention was not to have this horse on the lead, that happened sort of by mistake or whatever. You tell me, guys, if there was intent to go to the lead. I don't believe it at all. Why couldn't the 3 just take back here and let others go? Instead, he pushes up the inside here. You could see sort of a looser rein. I mean, he wanted the lead. I don't understand that from Michelle Lovell. I want to get that off.
Howard, a quick thought. I think, are you on the wrong day? I think you might be on the wrong day. That's 9/18. That's Sunday.
What did I do?
Yeah, the 3 is 21 to 1.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Huh? That's Damon's Mound at 21.
Oh no, that's not. Yeah, that's not him.
I screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's 9/18/2020. That's 9/18/2021, Howard.
Oh, I brought up. Oh,
the old one.
I brought up the 21 Iroquois. Oops. All right, go ahead and chat, guys. I'll get it up.
Kyle, what'd you think? I mean, just what did you think going in? Which one of these did you like? Did you think they were as strong, or were you sort of against either one or both?
I mean, I thought they both had some ability, but the one thing I did not think was that they were going to hook up with, with half a mile to go at the top of the backstretch, which, I mean, you can argue both ways, but I mean, 2 favorites hooking up like that leaves a lot of room for a lot of weird stuff to happen. And I know you were going to touch on this point later, but I mean, I just think that Curly Jack is kind of the beneficiary in this kind of case, especially I think the buyer reflects that with the 78, even though it is a 2-year-old race. I think the Buyer's very reflective of a kind of a performance in a race like this. So,
Yeah, that horse is going to have to really move forward.
Right. It'll be right. And I 100% agree with that. But it's kind of like, now what do you do with Echo Again and Damon's Mound kind of leading into this juvenile? Like, what do you kind of do after this type of effort? Like you said, with the Bafferts out there and all this stuff.
Yeah.
What do you kind of do? It's like, obviously Echo Again 3-5, Damon's Mound at 5-2 in this. And obviously Echo Again being Winchell, Asmussen, you'd assume him to take a lot more money than just a lesser known, just inherently than a lesser known trainer like Michelle Lovell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you do with these horses, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And I can let you touch on that as well. But I mean, what do you do?
I mean, I don't know if it was distance, it's just going to be distance limitations. If it's just going to be, hey, we need to adjust our style and we can't be dumb enough to hook up with another. And you weren't hooking up with cheap speed, which is always the problem. Sometimes if you're the better horse, you say, I can brush this cheap speed off and I'll just pull away. But when you're hooking up with someone who they were pretty even, they were relatively close. I think Echo Again from a buyer's standpoint looked maybe a little bit better, but they weren't far enough off. So yeah, it's tough. I don't know if this derails both of them completely for now, and we'll have to see what comes up next.
And I
was
do
it race 9, Pete. Sorry, was it race 9?
It was. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Here we go,
that's
guys.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, so Damon's Mound wanted the lead. In my opinion, I mean he's doing it easily. I don't have much to add. Here's Echo Again. Echo Again was wide. I'll say that on the first turn, but and then they hooked up. I mean. I wouldn't give up on either one of them. My gut feeling, guys, just my opinion, is Damon's Mound's gonna be a little better going shorter, and Echo Again is still a serious kind of Derby horse to me. You can't go off of one race, guys. I mean, this was very disappointing. But listen, it's Winchell with Asmussen with a well-bred horse. I mean, so I'm not gonna read too much into it. He does take the lead here. I don't know if any of you guys want to hear the winner's the 5 here. It was a Curly Jack right here.
Correct. Yep.
I mean, that was a very fast third quarter. They're hooking up right now, guys, as if it's a match race. 111. I mean, again, early. Not early, but it's mid-September, 2-year-old season, going 111-3, first time 2 turns. That's moving. They went 23 and need some math there. 24-1, 24-1 third quarter. That's not slow.
No.
So,
I mean,
I'm willing to give Echo Again another chance. I just have a feeling Damon's Mound is going to be better sprinting, but it's a guess.
Well, in some of these, they'll wind up being those horses who even come next year, they'll get Derby fever potentially, and they'll maybe do something they don't really like. And they could be, if depending on the odds, they could be plays against because, they're not doing what they're actually meant to do, which in some cases would be sprinting or some cases going a little shorter. Yeah. And then that's Honed was in second, correct? The 7 horse. Yeah.
Correct. I'll bring up the stretch run of the Pocahontas as you guys talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so the 11th, the Pocahontas won by Fun and Feisty, was also the first Kentucky Oaks prep race, so the first time to get points for that one. Fun and Feisty came back with a 75 buyer. If you looked at the PPs later, I think that this one at least improved in every start. Again, a 75, Kyle, might not be where you want to be, but it's still, there's incremental improvements there, and that's something you can ask for.
Correct, and I mean... It is really early, obviously, in the 2-year-old season in regard to the Kentucky Derby standpoint.
Yeah,
but I mean, I know Howard was against Grand Love. I mean,
I was gonna mention that. Yeah, that I was gonna give him a time to talk about why he was so against.
Right.
Coming in
23-3, 48. I mean, it's kind of close to the same fractions, but I mean, I don't think. I mean, they're not hooking. She's not hooked. Sorry, I did it. She's not hooking up with anyone like was believed to be of her caliber, and the 12 just kind of waltzes right back up to her. And I mean, granted, she stays in front of her, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm sold about Grand Love. Howard, how did you feel about that?
This is a big run, by the way. I mean, do you guys see how big a run that this 10 made from pretty far back? Yeah. This is more impressive than the Colts to me, guys. What was the buyer about the same, right? It was like about 0.2 seconds slower.
75. Yeah.
Well, the way that Fun and Feisty did it, that was like a wide sustained run. I just like that effort more than the Colts, to be honest, even though it was a little bit slower visually. Let me talk. We'll just go ahead and let it run through here. Again, I don't think this horse is a threat to win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, guys. My personal opinion. But let me Was it what was it? Grand Love? Was that the name of the
Yeah, I
horse,
know you were
guys?
against Grand Love. Why don't you
Well,
talk about that a
I
little?
just for people so people understand. Oh, we can't show the replays right after the race, right? Or I can't show future replays, right, Pete? Like it's not going to allow me to do it.
No,
Oh, I
probably
can.
not. Can
No,
you?
I can for some reason. Okay. I just want to bring this up for everyone. This is Grand Love's last race where she ran off the screen. Now she was bred to go long, and you guys know. I mean, I'm wrong, just like the other guy. This horse looked awesome, okay, but here's why I didn't like Grand Love, guys, in this race. I'm going to fast forward. Watch Grand Love. Okay, first of all, the fractions were fast, no question. This last eighth was very slow, and she's on the wrong lead. I did not like this visually at all. Just watch her. Right there, she jumps. Not yet. She's going to jump back to her left lead. Right there. She jumps back to her right there. She jumps
Yeah.
back to her left lead. Look how slow this is right now, guys. This is just. I know she went fast early. Does this look like a horse that wants 2 turns? The way I mean, not to me. So
No, I agree.
Yeah.
to me, that's a perfect example. And maybe next time it's not going to work out. But I did say it before Thursday. I said it before the race. I said it like she just didn't have the look of a 2-turn horse. So every maiden win tells its story. I happen to be right this time. I could be wrong the next time. I don't like horses that switch leads and slow down and have a backwards line where they just keep running slower as the race goes on. I'm not a fan of that. And then going 2 turns, blah, 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 even money. She was a C for me, to be very honest. So I was very happy to beat her.
Well, and sometimes we get seduced by the buyer as well, and popping an 84
Yeah.
that early is something that you just look at and it gets bet. And if you can bet against it, like you called, and I think some others liked against that horse as well, that's the kind of time you're going to catch a price, and that's the kind of favorite you're looking for, because there's a
Yeah.
favorite that's taking the money because on the form they look great, but if there's some knock against them, you can catch a price there.
I
So
think
that's
Racing
actually-
Downwind
yeah.
is talking about the Colts here, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Echo Zulu and Damon's Mound.
Yes, yes, I
I'm
had that one
curious.
up
Do you think
early.
they're both going to go, guys, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile? Would that be your guess?
That's what I don't know. I don't know if you
Yeah.
if you, what else you gonna. I mean, you could see what's next, but I don't know enough to know if what's in
Yeah.
between or. But I mean, I think Echo again. I mean, Echo again isn't that that's a gun runner, right? That's
Yeah.
you would think that maybe with just a different trip, a different style, not
Yeah.
hooking up and sort of running differently potentially.
I don't mean to keep talking because I know that you guys you're in charge, Pete, but I do want to mention that Gufo may still be going to the prep at Belmont before the Joe Hirsch
Yeah.
before the Breeders' Cup. And Big Invasion came out of the race not injured, but not the way they liked. They said they didn't give details. Big Invasion not going to the Breeders' Cup turf
Oh,
sprint.
That's interesting.
I'm sort of disappointed about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's-
They might regret going to a hilly uphill downhill course. It might have effed up the horse a little bit. He's not like major injury, but he is not going to the Breeders' Cup turf. They are going to save him for his 4-year-old year. So I'm purposely, selfishly a little bit disappointed by that. But
Yeah.
anyway, just thought everyone should know that.
All right. So I guess that's the last race we were going to talk about. Howard, I'm actually going to hand it over to you to talk about trivia night, and then we'll bring on our fantastic guests. So Howard, take it away.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to change a screen here. And then for our 2 wonderful viewers that are going to be joining us, I'm going to bring them on here in just a moment. What we're going to do, everyone, we decided we wanted to have some fun on these Tuesday nights, and we're going to be doing different things. We have a trivia night tonight, folks. Now, you at home can be one of these 2 people coming on. I feel like a game show host. You people at home can be one of these 2 people that are about to come on with us live on YouTube in front of the whole world. All you have to do is send me an email, okay? And and hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. Actually, I'll put it on the scroll at the bottom of the screen at the end. hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. Just send me an email and say you'd like to be a contestant on The Price is Right. Now, on the horse racing trivia show, and we'll get you on at some point. One of these 2 people we're about to bring on, guys, is going to win a $50 gift certificate to Old Smoke Clothing. They are not official sponsor, but Pete and Kyle, I have a little phone call into them because this one I'm paying out of pocket. I'm happy to do it. And they have great horse racing clothing there, like really cool stuff. Not as cool as the HHH Racing Podcast merchandise store, but
Nothing is.
pretty good. So the winner of this contest, guys, is gonna get a $50 gift certificate to Old Smoke Clothing. And if you want to be a contestant, please email me, hkravitzhorse@gmail.com. Let's bring on the contestant, guys. We'll talk. We'll hear about where they're from, talk about themselves, then we'll get into the trivia contest. First, we have a longtime viewer, and I believe a Race Day blog tip sheet subscriber, I believe, now residing in Florida, Mr. Dean Gramercy. Dean, how you doing tonight?
Hello. Good. How are you? Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet you
joining
all.
us, Dean.
Kyle, Pete.
Yep.
We'll
Meet you too.
talk to you in just a second. Let's bring on our other, sporting a team that I'm not a big fan of. Too bad Paul Halloran is not here tonight. Oh, wait, now he's not going to come on. Wait, don't leave. Let's bring him on from parts unknown. I'm assuming someone from the East Coast will find out. Mr. Les Mildenberg. Les, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Howard?
Great. Les, let's talk to you first.
I'm
Thanks
from,
for joining us the show.
I'm from Nashua, New Hampshire.
Okay.
I've been with you the last few months with your with the blog and everything.
And when did you start watching the show? When did you find out about the HHH Racing podcast?
It's probably about 3 or 4 months. That's probably all it's been. But
Terrific.
I've enjoyed you and Pete and Paul. Very entertaining.
So you got
let's
lucky.
get back.
You came on. You came on when me and Paul were on. So you missed all the bad shows prior to us. So you came on at the perfect time. Actually.
I believe you guys
Good
came
work.
on episode 1. I think I had 113 shows. I don't know. Who cares?
Listen,
Go ahead,
I was very disappointed that I did not see Howard Kravitz's name in at least the top 5 of that Canterbury thing. Well, let me explain something because I actually had handicapped that pick 5 at Canterbury that I hit for $45, $3,900.
Very nice.
But one of the long shots that I really liked was Libertarian, and so did Howard. Now Howard had mentioned him, and so here we go. I mean, Lindy Wade. You were talking about Lindy Wade for 15 minutes. How could that was the perfect. I looked at that race, and there was no way that race was not going to break down. I wasn't sure who was going to be coming, but somebody was going to be coming, and I was lucky enough to hit that, and I liked that Aries piece in the last race. So it was a very generous pick 5.
Well, first, congratulations, Les. And for those people who have absolutely no idea what Les is talking about, there's a big contest at Canterbury. There's a big contest at Canterbury, and I was actually on a show with Peter Thomas Forenthalen in the Money Media, where I tipped out Libertarian. This was 48 hours before. I tipped out Libertarian as an interesting long shot. Les, the bottom line is I didn't put him on top. I put him underneath in some tries.
I figured that's exactly what you did.
I should have
second and third.
I should have hooked him up with the double in the previous race with the horse I think could lose, the 2 horse. I don't know if you singled that horse or not, less in your pick 5.
I did.
But I screwed up. How's that? That's my only answer. And then, of course, on Pete's in the Money Show, I said 3-2 were my top picks in the last race. So what do I do?
Exactly.
I'm like, why is
like
15-1? I switched like a complete amateur knucklehead. And I had money left. I only played tries with 2 and 4 on top less, and so I bottomed out. I suck. What can I say?
I couldn't believe that Calzone had opened up so short. Also,
yeah,
it was.
So anyway, let's.
Wait, real quick. I'm just going to say, by the way, we enjoy that now. There's 2 weeks in a row that we've been able to embarrass Howard for his either stupidity or something else. So anytime that can happen on these Tuesday shows, they're a success in my book.
Les, I made up for it by hitting the Woodbine pick 5 for several times, and I had it on the show too. So I know actually we had Pete and Paul, Dean. We haven't forgot about you. I'll get to this. Pete and Kyle, we had a new. I can't remember who it was, but someone tweeted out that they just joined the Race Day blog tip sheet like the week before the Woodbine, and they hit the Woodbine pick 5 because we gave it out on the tip sheet like 3 times. So I'm happy for that gentleman.
If I remember, that person accidentally had it more than once by accident, so which it was even better.
Hey,
so
how are you
happy
doing?
Accident for once.
Dean, let's get to you, Dean. I feel bad already.
Hi.
Dean, talk a little bit about yourself and how you found out about our show.
Oh, I found you on YouTube. I wanted to learn more about pick 5s, and here I am. Play them every week now. I was more of a vertical player for many years, and now horizontal. So
And you're originally from Les's
from-
neck of the woods, and now you're in Florida, correct?
yes, I grew up going to the Belmont Stakes every year, going to Sarah Travers every year. I love horse racing, and I put a lot of bets down. Don't win often, but I win some. It's fun, and I love your show. I watch it every time.
I have no idea what.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
there he is. We
There he
lost
is.
Les for a second.
Sorry.
All right,
Dean,
No, no.
we're sorry to drag you down
No
the
worries.
horizontal
You're good,
rabbit
Dean.
Did
hole.
you hear
with
me?
it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Les, we have no video on you, Les, right now. Can you hear us, Les? All right. I don't know what happened to Les there. Well, okay.
Well, why don't
That's
you,
okay. Well,
while he's
up
fixing
there
the
we
mics,
go.
explain?
Les, you still with us
Oh,
there?
he's back. There he is.
Technical difficulties.
Man, you give a guy a hard time from the East Coast, he just leaves the show just like
Yeah.
that. Jesus.
And
All right.
I see he's a Patriots fan. So
He is. Oh,
You know, I'm actually a Giant fan. I'm
okay,
from
good.
Brooklyn, New York. I'm a transplant from Brooklyn. So,
all right.
all
All right, guys. So here's listen. Thanks for joining the show. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I've got a whole. I think you guys know I'm a math teacher, so I plan ahead. So here's what we're gonna do. I have 12 questions. Okay, I wasn't sure how long we'd go with this. 12 questions. You're gonna see sort of a Jeopardy board here in just a second. And let me bring it up right now, so because I need to do a little bit of explaining. So let me bring up the board right now so everyone can see what's happening here.
nice.
So we're not using the whole board. First of all, as you guys can see, we're not using the columns on the right. First of all, and also I want to make sure everyone understands, especially Dean and Les, these $800 and $100 squares are not, guys. I repeat, are not being used. We're just using the top 3 questions in each of the 4 categories. Okay, guys, just 100,
Sure.
300, 500. Okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to pick a category, just like Jeopardy to some extent. Okay, the question will pop up, and here's what we're going to do. Let me put you guys on screen, Dean and Les.
Yep.
When you guys know the answer, Dean and Les, and Kyle and Pete are here just to cheer you guys on. But if neither one of you know the answer, I'll let one of those guys answer. And for full disclosure, everyone listening at home and watching at home, Kyle and Pete have no idea. You guys can confirm. No idea what these questions are. I didn't pass anything by them. I just
what do we
did.
have to do?
So here's what's gonna happen, Les and Dean. I'm going to let one of you guys pick first. When you know the answer, just say your name as quick, like Dean, Les, right? So
Okay.
Les, just say Les, because we don't have a buzzer, right? Dean, just say Dean, whatever. Whoever the first name
Dean.
we hear will be the first person that guesses. Okay, if that person guesses incorrectly, we'll go to the other gentleman. And guys, unlike Jeopardy, this is a friendly horse racing trivia. You will not, I repeat, you will not lose points for getting the answer wrong. How's that? Okay, do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay, Kyle, do you have a piece of paper by you, or Pete?
I do not,
Yeah.
but I can run and grab one. Oh,
Okay,
Pete's
Pete,
got
do
it.
me a favor. Can you keep track of the score for me, Pete?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just do a Dean and an Al and a whatever. It's just 1, 3, and 5. There's no daily doubles, guys. This is pretty simple. And I'll go full screens, make sure everyone can hear it. Any questions, Dean and Les?
No.
Just let me know.
All
who's
right, are we
first
ready
or
to
second.
play the HHH Racing Podcast
Yes.
Horse Racing Trivia? I have no music. All right, here we go. Let's go. I'll tell you what. Let's go. Because Les had technical issues, I'm going to put a strike against him already. Dean, you're going to go. Dean, you are going to go first. Our categories first are Smell the Roses, Track Geography, Breeders' Cup Magic, and Numerology. Dean,
Let's take
again, we're
track
only doing the 1, 3, and 5. And yes, the 500-point questions are the more difficult questions, just like Jeopardy. Dean Gramercy, where are we going first?
Geography for 100.
Track geography for 100. Again, when you guys know the answer, just yell out your name. Whoever's first, we'll Pete. I'll be the judge. Pete, you're the back judge. You're the other.
I'll be the
actually,
steward,
Kyle
so
and
I can
Pete,
take an
you
hour
guys
and a
are the
half to make
stewards
a
in case
decision.
we have to decide.
Yeah.
All right, track geography 100. Here we go, guys. Well,
Dean.
that was not it. Nope, that was not it.
Oh.
Timeout. I always screwed up. How did that happen?
Well, you
Hold
put
on
it
a
out.
second.
You gotta answer it now.
No. Hold on a second, guys.
All right.
I
you
even-
make the
I even
rules.
knew
It's
that
your
one.
game.
No, I checked. Oh, Jesus. Hold on a second.
Take your
Ah.
time. I got all night.
I hope your tests for your students go a lot better.
Well, Hold on a second. guys.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Shoot
You
the breeze
still
about a
use the
race. I need to double
mimeograph
check
machine?
something.
Now I want to come on.
Shoot
10
the breeze
minutes
about a
before.
race, Pete. Go ahead. Ask him
All
about
right.
one of the race having this weekend. Let me just
All right,
double check something. Sorry. My bad.
Dean, what is there a have you been to any of the Florida tracks since you moved down
I've
there?
been to Hialeah
Nice.
when it was open. I've been to. I've not been. That's the only one so far. But I remember you on one show. You said one of your favorite horses was Easy Goer. I was
I
at
love
that
him.
Belmont. That was a great time there.
Big picture right
but-
there. I actually pointed to it for once.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, you know what? Okay. It works fine, guys. Sorry. Just my
User error.
pointer was a little bit off. I knew it worked fine. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, here we go. Track Geography 100. In what city is Belmont Park located?
Dean.
I think that was Dean, correct?
Dean.
Belmont.
Dean? What's the
Belmont.
answer?
Belmont, New York.
Almont, New York. Dean Gramsci gets on the board. 100 points. And Les, just like regular Jeopardy, he does have control of the board. So that's the way it's going to go. Let's back. Now, also, guys, I don't have like an X. So, Pete, if you could like sort of just write down the questions we do so they're not confused on which ones we do. Do you know what I mean? I can't.
I'm confused already. So.
Got it.
Okay.
Just move forward. We'll figure it out.
All right. We got plenty of time, guys. Dean, where are we going to go next?
Geography for 300.
Track Geography for 300. And by the way, you do not have to answer in the form of a question. You can just yell it out just like you did. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. In what
Les.
city is Gulfstream Park
Dean.
located?
Les.
That was last.
Les.
Allendale? Gulfstream.
Judges. What do you think,
Allendale.
judges?
I
I have to say no, guys. I have to say no. Oh wait. Oh, you want to give it to him, Kyle?
I mean, it's up to Pete. I mean, Stewart, what do
All
you
right,
got?
Pete, you get the final decision.
Stewart? It's nowhere near Stewart.
No, Stewart.
No,
Stewards. The
A
stewards.
stewards, Les.
I
Pete,
say
you got final say. What do you say?
Oh.
no. We'll go no.
Oh.
All right, sorry, Dean.
Hallandale Beach, Florida.
Hallandale Beach, Florida. Sorry, Les. 300 points for Dean. Oh, look how sad Les looks. I'm sorry, Les. Listen, we don't mess around here. This is a real thing.
I'm
All
just
right.
as bad of a steward as New York, Les. Don't worry. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
ruin it for you.
complain. Les, we
I
didn't.
gotta-
We Irad actually did something in that race. Sorry, we had to take him down. We had to take you down. All right, where are we going, Dean?
So I'm gonna go with the geography for 500.
All right, now the questions get more difficult. Here we go.
Right.
For $500, track geography. In what state is Fauner Park located?
Les.
Yes, Les.
Go ahead.
I think it's Nebraska.
Yes!
Nice.
Les gets on the board,
Yeah, nice.
500 points, and takes the lead. Correct, Pete? 500 to 400?
Yes, 500 to 400 after one category gone.
Les, did you bet Fauner Park during COVID?
Well, it was the only place to bet. Am I correct?
Pretty
we
much.
got to know Fauner for 2 or 3 weeks, and that was about it.
Hey, Les, bonus questions for absolutely no points, but pride. What city in Nebraska is Fauner Park? Do you know that one?
I don't know.
Can you name
I
more
did.
than one city in Nebraska? That's probably
Wow. Lincoln.
I only got
everybody.
one.
That's
I
for
don't know.
everybody. Yeah, I was going to say that's for everybody. Omaha.
You know,
They used to have a
I do.
college football team in Lincoln.
Hey, watch it, Les.
Oh, yeah.
Watch it, Les.
Well, they fired their coach. I mean,
Watch it, Les. There's a lot of Nebraska memorabilia on this wall back here.
oh no.
Dean, do you know what city it's
I
located?
believe
Is
it's
that
in
curiosity?
Omaha.
No, it's actually
Omaha?
Grand Isle. Grand Isle,
Grand
Nebraska.
Isle.
Grand
Okay.
Isle.
Learn something
All right.
new.
So, Les, you have control of the board. It's 500 to 400. The track geography questions are now gone. Correct, Pete?
Yep. Track
Okay.
geography.
And by
is
the way,
done.
feel free to play at home, folks. You can actually probably don't comment in the chat because can you guys see the chat, by the way? You can, right? So probably don't comment in the chat on your answers, but play at home if you like. Dean and Les, we're going completely off the honor system. I'm sure you guys are just looking
No
at the
problem.
questions. Les, let's go back to the board. Here we go. Les, you have control. Which category and how many dollars, sir?
Smell the roses.
For how much?
100.
All right. Smell the roses for $100. Easy question about the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, here we go. What's the distance of the Derby?
Dean,
Les.
I
Dean
think
said
that was
it
Les,
was Les.
correct?
Dean said
Yes.
it right away.
Yeah.
I thought.
No,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
because
sure
I
heard
had
Les
answered
first.
it before. Mile and a quarter.
I think I heard Les first, Pete. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Mile
No,
and a
Dean.
quarter.
Dean. Oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. Let's give Pete. That was hard to tell. Let's give 100 also to Dean because that was like a tie right there. And I know Dean knows the answer.
Well,
No,
plus
that wasn't.
Plus that one popped up already. That one.
It did.
Right.
Dean, we're going to give you 100. Okay,
And I
sir. We want to be fair.
I answered that one first also.
That's
Okay,
true.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
all right. Man, Les is competitive. Jeez, all right. I
love
like
it.
it.
Well,
love
no,
it.
I have to be. You already have a black mark against me right at the beginning.
That's true.
It's amazing.
All right. Les, where are we going next?
Let's go to Breeders' Cup Magic for 300.
Ooh,
Ooh,
mixing it up.
I like it. Obviously, questions about the Breeders' Cup. Here we go, gentlemen. For $300, who rode Beholder to win the
Dean.
thrilling 16
Les.
Breeders' Cup distaff?
Dean.
Dean
Is
was
it
first? Okay.
Gary,
Dean?
Gary Stevens.
Correct. Gary Stevens.
Nice.
Very good. Who wrote Songbird, by the way, Dean? Do you know?
Mike Smith.
Very good. Wow.
Mike Smith.
And by the way, gentlemen, I still have people say that Songbird won the race. I don't know why. I don't get it because that
You know what?
photo
Wait a
was a
minute,
little
hold
weird.
on.
It was a little
I might
wonky.
be- Me
That's
too.
Go ahead,
like the
Les.
Victory Gallop race, and if you remember that one. I still don't know who won that photo.
Absolutely. I had a nice pick 4 that ended with Beholder, so I need Beholder very much in that race. One of the better races, guys, we've seen in the Breeders' Cup. Would you agree, Dean,
That
unless
was-
that race?
Yeah,
One of
I
the
agree.
best. One of the best.
That was fantastic. Do you guys know who you liked in that race, just off the top of your head, before the race?
Beholder.
One of those two? Or
I like
someone else, or-
Songbird. I bet Songbird.
I like Beholder.
Yeah. Songbird was...
Mandela. Yeah.
Yes, Songbird was just some kind of 3-year-old, by the way. Wow, is she good. I think that was her last race, right, Les? I don't think she raced again. Yeah, it's too bad.
unbelievably. She never raced
Too
again.
bad. All right, so that was 300 points for Dean. What's the score right now, Pete?
We are at 800
Oh,
for
shoot.
Dean and 600 for
Dang
Les.
it. Okay. I hope you guys didn't see that question. Whatever. All right, this is for you, Dean. Go ahead.
One Breeders' Cup for 100.
Breeders' Cup Magic for 100.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This year's Breeders' Cup is at Keeneland.
Dean.
How many times?
Dean.
Dean.
Once.
No, that is
No.
not correct. How many? Let me finish the question. How many times,
Oh, you're
including
right.
this year, has Keeneland hosted the Breeders' Cup? Les, you have a chance to get points here.
Oh, I think
Dean-
he froze. Either he froze or he's in super deep
Oh,
thought.
Les,
There
you
it is.
froze. Go ahead.
I froze. What did he say?
He said 1,
What-
correct, Dean?
No,
Yes,
it's 2.
He
I
said
said
1.
one.
That is
I
incorrect,
was
Dean.
wrong.
Les?
No, 2.
Incorrect. The answer is 3.
Wow.
3.
I
The
didn't
first
think it
one
the
was
third
American
one.
Pharaohs in, I think, 15, and then they ran it during the COVID
Oh,
year.
man.
That's true. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice, Kyle.
Thank you.
right.
No,
All right.
no points for
No
you.
points there.
Ah.
No one loses anything. Who picked that particular category? Was that
Dean did.
I did.
That was
Yeah.
Dean.
okay?
Dean
So
did.
we get to go to Les because Dean picked the last one.
Mhm.
We still have all the numerologies, right? We've got what? Smell the Roses for 3 and 5. Correct, Pete?
And
And,
then
Breeders' Cup Magic for 5.
Okay.
All right,
Where are we going
let's
now,
go.
Les?
Let's see what the math teachers come up with for $100 numerology.
Numerology. Obviously, these are questions.
Wait, hold
About-
on for before you show this. Does this is the new math needed to answer these questions? Because then
No, sir.
I can't do it. Okay, thank you.
No, sir.
Okay.
You know what? Kyle and Pete, I realize because I'm reading the question, I need you guys to figure who says it first. 'Cause
Yep.
It's hard for me to decipher because I'm reading it. You know what I mean? So Kyle and Pete, you guys will decide who says their name first. All right,
got it.
we're going. Numerology for 100.
For 100.
All right, here we go. What was the saddlecloth number of this year's Derby winner?
Dean.
Dean.
Dean,
Red.
did you say red?
Red.
Saddlecloth number, sir. Number.
Oh,
Numerology.
21. Sorry, 21.
What? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's all right. You
He
gave it.
said
You gave it a
red.
shot. Yeah. You,
It was red.
Sorry, all right, I get it wrong. My mistake.
I can't.
Didn't
Dean, I
give it
can't
to
give you. I gotta go with the first
worries.
answer. You said red. Last, you have a guess?
Yes, my favorite Rich Strike horse, number 21.
Sorry, Dean, buddy. Sorry, I gotta be
worries.
fair, Dean.
I got it wrong.
All right, that's correct.
No.
21. I don't know if we'll ever see a 21 winner again. That was, of course, Rich.
You might
Strike.
never see Rich Strike win another race.
That's very possible too. But he ran okay in the Travers. He didn't run too badly in
He
Travers.
did run pretty good in the track.
He ran okay. That's 100 points for Les, correct?
Yes. So
Okay,
now
what's the
score is
updated?
Dean
Okay, let's-
800, less 700. So it's a nail
Ooh.
biter. It's a nail
This
biter right
is
now.
The
this is
nail
close.
biter.
All right. Hope everyone, by the way, if you're at home watching right now or you're listening later, please make sure you comment. Tell us if you like this trivia game, if you like this idea. You can also put in the chat, by the way, if you'd like to put your name. But we do need your email address. So if you are interested in playing this in the future, you should probably email me because I do need your email address. I don't know if you want the whole world to know your email address. Okay, let's see. This is Les, right? Gets to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Les, where are we
numerology-
going, sir? We got a few more questions left.
Okay, numerology 300.
Numerology 300. All right, here we go. How many furlongs equals 1 1/2
Les.
miles? Yes, Les.
Les. Oh.
Les, how many?
Hey, you froze again.
No, he's good. Les, how many? How many?
Is it me?
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yep.
12.
That is correct. Very nice job.
Nice.
12. A furlong. I like to teach on the show here too. A mile's 8 furlongs. Therefore, half a mile would add another 4, and you get your 12 furlongs. Nice job, Les.
I don't think you could come up with that with the new math. I don't know how you would split that up.
I'll tell you, we'll talk off air, Les. I don't know what
It
you're
would
talking
take
about.
it would take a lot of paper, Les. It would take a lot of paper.
It would. It would.
All right, that was 300 points, correct?
That was 300. Now,
All right,
Les is in the
Les.
lead.
Les, where are we going?
Let's see. Let's go to 500 numerology.
All right, are you guys ready? This is a tougher one. Here we go. Great question, I thought, that I came up with here. What is the most number of wins by a jockey
Les.
in one day? Was that Les, Pete,
Yep.
and Kyle?
Yep,
Correct.
that was Les.
Les? How many?
Les, that's you, Les.
9.
Wow, I'm impressed. That is correct. Do you know who did it? Obviously, you do know. Do you know, Les?
Also, it's also been done in harness. Walter Case Jr. also did it one day.
Who did it in thoroughbreds?
He
Do you
did
know?
9. It was in Florida.
It was
I
not
believe.
in Florida. I'll go full screen for us.
I did
not
know
in Florida.
who this was.
Dean, do you know who this might have been?
I could guess, but I don't know.
Kyle and Pete, do you want to take a guess? You know, I deep dived with my research for this.
I do not know.
That I don't know either. No.
It happened in 1987. And Les and Dean, it happened right by your neck of the woods. Chris Antley in 1987. Get this, guys. It's a little bit of it's not a trick question. Won 4 races at Aqueduct, and then at night won 5 races at the Meadowlands. Chris Antley, 4 at Aqueduct, and then 5 at the Meadowlands. It didn't say how many in one card. It said how many in one day.
Correct.
That's true.
Do you guys remember that at all, by the way? I don't.
I
That was
do
right
now
before I
remember
started
that.
getting into horse racing, to be honest. Yes, Dean, you guys remember that a little bit? Okay.
I do.
Great jockey. Too bad what happened to him.
Yep.
But
I've
he
seen
rode,
it.
he was on Charismatic, right?
Yes, he was.
Yes. Save That Horses. That was an unbelievable story. Kyle, you can look it up in the history books. I know you have no idea what.
I saw
Kyle's like,
that
who's
race.
that? What's that?
He
All
jumped off in the stretch.
Yes, yeah,
Right.
He really. That was one of the most touching moments in a Triple Crown race I think we've ever seen, Dean. It was quite amazing. All right. So that was 500 for Les. Wow. Well, now Dean, you can still come back. What do we got here? The totals right now.
We have, for Les, we have 1,500 for Les,
Okay.
and we have 800 for Dean. So we have plenty left.
We got. I think if I'm right, Pete, we got the 500 for.
We have the 500 for Breeders' Cup and the 300 and 500 for Smell the Roses. If I wrote them down right.
That's
No,
correct.
I don't think. No, yes, correct. So we've got 1,300 left.
Yep.
And Dean's down by what? 800? Is
In
that
trouble.
or something?
It's
Okay,
down
so
by-
Dean, there's still time. There's still time, Dean. Don't give up. All right.
I don't give up.
All right. Let's go back to the board. Les, where are you going?
Let's go to Smell the Roses for 300.
Okay. Smell the Roses for $300. And the question is, name the 2 jockeys that crossed the wire first in the controversial 2019 Kentucky
Dean.
Derby.
Dean.
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 Is that Louis Saez and Gaffalione?
It is not. No one say anything. It is not those 2. No. Les, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds, not too much here.
Well, it's Louis Saez and
Da 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 da. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Billy Mott,
1.
whoever he put on.
That's not a jockey, Les.
Kyle?
It is
Kyle,
Kyle.
who did he put
Kyle.
on?
Go ahead, Kyle.
It's Saez on Maximum Security and Flavian Pratt on Country House.
Flavian Pratt.
How could Billy Mott put Flavian Pratt on that house?
He won the Derby with him that year. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
All right. So Dean, so Dean is down by what, 800? Is that right? I think Dean's down 800. Is that correct?
He's down. It's 1,500 to 800, so he's down 700.
So Dean, here's the good news, Dean. You're down 700, right? But there's 2 500 questions left, correct, Pete?
Yep. We have 2 500.
Dean,
so
you can still do it, sir. Don't give up. You can still do it. Let's go back to the board.
What is
either
available?
Smell the Roses or Breeders' Cup Magic for 5. Which one?
Breeders' Cup Magic.
All right. Breeders' Cup Magic for 500. Les, if you get this question correct first, you win. But guys, we will do the last question just for fun. Here we go. Breeders' Cup Magic 500. Which horse is the only 3-time winner of the Breeders' Cup Turf Mile?
Dean.
I gotta get this right. Goldakova.
Yes,
that is correct.
Dean coming through in the clutch. Les all of a sudden looks a little bit nervous right now. Nice job, Dean. and by the way, Freddie Head, the trainer, just announced his retirement. He's 75 years old. He also rode Miesk. For those old timers out there, he was an excellent jockey. And then he was a trainer. And guys, Goldakova is one of my top 5 favorite horses of all time. And Dean and Les, I don't know if you guys watched the show last year, but you could find it on the YouTube channel. Right before the Derby last year, I did a cool show, my top 10 horses of all time, and we gave out stats. It was a fun show. I don't know the episode, but you can look it up. It was sort of fun. And I showed replays.
Hopefully
it was a good time.
Zenyatta was someplace on top.
Zenyatta was I don't think Zenyatta was in my, I don't know where, was she 3? Okay. I can't remember where she was. But anyway, my favorite was Rachel. Rachel's my number 1. All right. Dean, Les, it all comes down to this. Wow. Let's look at some comments. Let's slow it down here. What do we got here? Let's see. I'm looking for some comments. Actually, Matthew, yes. If you're a fan of the 30 for 30 shows on ESPN, there was one about charismatic. Great call, Matthew Chimero. I highly recommend you guys check that out. All right. These guys are like, Howard, who cares? Let's get to it. Last question. This is for all the marbles. This is for a $50 gift certificate to Old Smoke Clothing. It's going to be, this is a Kentucky Derby, right, guys? Right? Pete?
It is. Yep. Yes. Smell the Roses.
All right, guys.
500.
Good luck to both of you, Dean and Les, for $500 and a $50 gift certificate to Old Smoke Clothing. Please answer the following question. Since the year 2000, which 2 trainers have won 2 Kentucky Derbies?
Dean, I gotta take a chance.
Dean. Don't look up anything, Les. Oh, Les is going to his computer. Wait a minute.
Hands up.
Hands up. Just kidding, Les. Go ahead, Dean.
Pletcher and Baffert?
Ooh, no, I can't. No, that is not correct. Not correct. Okay. Les.
Baffert.
Kyle, do you know?
I know Baffert. That's all I got.
Les, you want to guess the other one?
I'm thinking here. It's who was Gutierrez on the second horse? Not Gutierrez. Victor Carrasco. Victor.
Scott. Sorry, Alex Trebek. No, all right. Kyle or Pete, do you guys know the answer to this question?
I do not know. I don't remember.
I know, obviously, Baffert in 2015 and 18.
No, not Brad.
No, Baffert is not one of the trainers. He's won 4 since 2000.
Well, okay.
He's won the most since 2000. There's 2 trainers that are tied for second in this century that have won 2. Dean, you were right about Pletcher. Pletcher is one of them. There's another one. And Les, you were going the right track, Les. You're right there. Gutierrez. Who rides for Gutierrez, guys? Who does Gutierrez ride for? First call on a lot of his horses.
Doug O'Neill.
Doug O'Neill.
Yeah, I'll have another.
Doug O'Neill.
Yeah.
Doug
that's
O'Neill.
I'll
Garbage.
have another, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have
Doug
another
O'Neill.
as a horse.
Doug O'Neill and Todd Pletcher,
very
guys.
close to my heart.
That's a good
Have one
question.
too. Dean, I'll let you go first. I do not have a runner-up prize, Dean. Maybe I'll tell you what,
Thanks
Dean.
for
I'll
having
think
me. It
of
was fun.
I'll think of something and we'll
Nice
talk.
to meet you.
Actually, Dean and Les, stay on air after we go off the show here in a second. Okay, so just stay. I'm going to take you guys backstage, but stay linked on. Okay, Dean. Thanks for playing. Any final thoughts about this weekend at Parks, or just anything you want to leave for the?
No, I'm going to
viewers?
go with Zandon in the Pennsylvania Derby.
Nice.
Breaking from the rail, I believe. Correct, Dean?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Dean, we really appreciate it. It was a pleasure
Thank you
to meet
for
you.
having me.
Stay on
nice
here.
To
No,
meet
we
everyone.
appreciate it.
Dean.
Les,
Nice meeting you.
congratulations, sir.
Nice meeting you.
The champ. Les, any final comments?
Well, do I come back next week to defend my
You
championship?
do not come back next week.
I get to come
I
on
knew he was going to ask
Sunday.
that question.
Unbelievable.
Well, wait,
Congratulations.
next trivia night, they should have a threesome, and Les should be back to defend his title.
Ooh.
And it should be two against, and that'll be the thing. The
Ooh.
champ will
Sounds
come
like a
on next
production.
trivia night. Yeah.
Sounds like a production
have
meeting
one
in the middle of the show.
We
We'll
do
have to
have
see.
one thing in common. We do have one thing in common. We have both.
Yes, sir.
We both, or me in the past, you in the present, use the services of one of my favorite people, Mr. Handel, Ray Handel.
How you know
One
Ray?
of what? Well, he trained my horse. I had a horse that
Okay.
had a habit of going very quickly for about 3.5 furlongs and then deciding that he did not want to go any further.
No.
So Ray was very nice to say, Les, the horse is great. He looks beautiful. He's a Pomeroy, and he's kind of gone to the land of where Pomeroys go. You know, either the land of 3,000 or 4,000 claimers, or.
Right. By the way, Chris Mack got that answer right, and then Matthew got the other.
I got
All right,
it
guys.
right.
So,
I'm sorry.
Lesson Dean's. I'm going to put you guys backstage, but stay linked on just for another minute. Really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys had fun with our horse racing trivia.
I had a great time.
Thanks, guys.
guys.
We'll be talking to you
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
Take care, guys. Thank you. All right.
too.
So, what do you think, guys? That was sort of fun. Worked out. Other than there was no issue with the board. I clicked the wrong. I guess I can't click a thing. I don't know. Anyway,
That was fun.
that was fun, right? You had a good time.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right. I think we should do that again.
Definitely.
Pete, final thoughts. Well, you're the host. What the hell am I doing?
I'm the host, so I can say, "Hey,
Damn.
Howard, final thoughts." Yeah. Any final thoughts on Jeopardy or Parks coming up? We'll talk about Parks on Thursday with our great guest. It's a fantastic card. What do you think?
Well, it's a great card. We're going to talk about it Thursday, and then we have the live show on Saturday. I thought Dean and Les both did a great job. It was hard for me guys to figure out how difficult to make the questions. I think those are about where they need to be. I didn't want to make
they were good.
difficult
They were
but
good.
too easy. So Dean and Les, great job, guys. Appreciate you being on the show.
Kyle,
Kyle?
100% certain you're going to play this Parks card on Saturday?
100%. I'm becoming a serial horizontal player as our
I love it.
late today host, Paul Halloran. But I mean, yeah, just looking to be a great card, great fields, and a lot of great betting opportunities this Saturday. So tune in Thursday.
Yes.
By the way, one other thing before we go here real quick. I played golf for the first time, Pete, with Kyle this weekend. I've played golf since I've been 10 years old. I used to be pretty good before I hurt my back. I'm still decent, as Kyle could attest to. I mean, I had a few good shots out there. This guy hits bombs, Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, bombs. One hole, if you're a golfer out there, you can appreciate this. 560-yard par 5, no joke. I was there with my brother. He bombs at 320 down the middle. And he's got 2 45 to the hole. I'm like, okay, he's going to take a 3-wood out, right? No. 4-iron, Pete. 4-iron, smokes it, lands it on the green, rolls just in back fringe, 2 putts for a birdie. Not all of his shots go straight, but let me tell you something. Kyle Roscoe can play golf in all seriousness. Kyle, great job. He can't putt worth shit, but other than that, he's got some ability.
I blame it on the $20 putter I have. Leave me alone.
So he's
Kyle, you and I would make a great
he's the
scramble.
John Daly of the HHH Racing podcast, is what you're telling
With
me.
the Bo
short game
Jackson
and
of my
putting
putter
and
last
Kyle's
week,
longer
yes.
game. With Kyle's longer game and some of my short game, we made a very good scramble team in all seriousness.
Whenever
actually.
you want,
But-
man. I'm down.
All right, that's it, Pete. Take it home.
You're good now. All right. Thanks, everybody. Everybody watching on YouTube, again, before you go, subscribe, like this podcast if you like it, and comment if you like the trivia night. Definitely comment below. Let us know. And like Howard said, email him, Kravitz. What is it again? It's on the bottom there, I suppose.
Kravitz Horse. How many times?
Kravitz
Horse at gmail.com.
I just hit HHH in my 2 bar and it comes up, so I don't have to remember. I'm too old for that. But yes, email him if you want to be on the next trivia night that we're going to have some days. But for me, Pete Visco, for Howard Kravitz, Kyle Roscoe, Dean and Les behind the stage, this was episode 179 of the HHH Racing Podcast. Thanks for joining, everybody. See you.